I don't really believe in that old adage, practice makes perfect. I just don't ever think we really ever reach perfect. But I think that's quite a nice thing, a bit optimistic. We practice and practice, and I do believe that there's no magic bullet to getting good at something. It's just the amount of practice we put into it. Hopefully, deliberate practice where we're actually thinking about what we're doing and focusing on things and even having small goals as we go. But as we practice, you can imagine you get better and better and better and better. But if this fictitious line up here, sort of theoretical line way up here, that's perfection, I think we just keep on getting closer and closer and ever so more close, close, close. But then we sort of asymptote, never quite reach it. I think that's really encouraging, though. You just get better and better and you refine your skills. But I think another really important thing is to remember, and this also for our brain health, is our practice and our skill development and our skill learning. It doesn't end just with our training at the table or at the instrument that we're playing or any other kind of thing that we're learning. It doesn't end there. The practice continues into our daily lives, and everything else we do affects that a little bit. Our nutrition and what I'm going to tell you today, just briefly, our sleep. And I had a really good training session the other day. I thought it was really good. Everyone was interacting well and all. There were people of different ages and so forth. And one of the pieces of advice I gave them before they left was, what I want you to do is, before you go to bed at night, even when you're lying in bed, I want you to imagine what you learned today. I want you to vividly see yourself in your mind's eye. I want you to see yourself doing those actions. Maybe focus on that forehand drive, which is what we practiced during the training session. Focus on how you felt when you did it. See yourself in your mind's eye doing that skill. And feel how your body is moving when you do that skill. And do that for a couple of minutes before you fall asleep at night. Not only might that help you to sleep a little bit and relax you a little bit and also give you a bit of closure at the end of the day, but what happens when you sleep is your new learning begins to consolidate. So what you're doing is you're getting these extra benefits of the learning through your sleep, just kind of for free. So those learning patterns and those motor programs are going to strengthen while you sleep. That involves a whole lot of places in the brain. Just show you my brain, a little model brain here again. But there's a lot of different areas of the brain that are involved in that sort of process of consolidating new learning into what we call memory. And, not only areas in the cortex, a little bit about the cortex from a previous video on music learning and so forth. But, the motor strip and the sensory strips through here are involved. You've got your motor cortex, sensory cortex, but it goes way beyond that. If you also consider that areas that are more subcortical, so those are clusters of cells that lie beneath the cortex, like the basal ganglia in here, those are involved in this learning process as well, as is the cerebellum. And the list really goes on and on. You have supplementary motor cortices, which are helping out the motor cortex, which are buried sort of deep in here a little bit, part of the cortex. I won't point out all the fascinating parts of the brain that are at work, but those fascinating things and those special mechanisms are always and already at work when you start to sleep. So they're already helping you to strengthen those motor programs of what you did during the day prior to going to sleep. So enjoy your sleep.